everyone, and welcome to The Take. I'm Elizabeth Wagmeister.
And I'm Clayton Davis, and we're here to give you our take on some of the week's biggest stories. Wags, we have Will Smith, we have Lady Gaga, we have The Rock, we have Denzel Washington. It's been an insane week.
It is a star-packed week and a news-filled week, but let's start with my boy, The Rock. So, The Rock's latest film, Jungle Cruise, comes out today. Of course, it's Friday, time to hit the box office. But of course, in this crazy, ever-changing world in media and with COVID, we're not just running to the theaters, we're also running to streaming services. So Jungle Cruise, which stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson along with Emily Blunt, it is projected to make $25 million, which will easily lead the box office. But for a $200 million film, that's quite a hefty budget, this is obviously not a big number, but in pandemic standards it is. Now it's also going to be released on Disney Plus for an additional fee. I have to tell you that I think this is obviously just the way that the world is going. It has to be a simultaneous release model, both theatrical and streaming. But of course it's this big question of how do these studios make enough money at the box office? But I've got to tell you, my take will always be, I bet on The Rock. Always, every single time.
Yeah, The Rock is obviously a large draw for box office numbers. The movie is solid enough. I mean, I think it should be against the law to be over 2 hours for a children's movie. But if anyone can, make the money back and build a model out of it, I think The Rock can. So I would watch out for that one.
He's a safe bet. All right, well, in more Disney news, some major trouble talking about streaming and the box office. Scarlett Johansson, the star of Black Widow, is suing Disney. She has slapped them with a major lawsuit stating that they have breached her contract by releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus. Now, I cannot state how big of a deal this is for Hollywood. I am predicting that this is going to be the first of many lawsuits that is filed by major celebrities in Hollywood. In the suit, Scarlett Johansson says that by Disney releasing this on their streaming service that she lost out on some major back end, and sources say that she lost out on $50 million.
Yeah, and that's something to scoff at, right? Everyone could use $50 million right now. But I wonder if this signals some future lawsuits at other studios. We had large controversy last year with Warner Brothers and HBO Max simul-releasing their slate this year. So this may set off a tidal wave of more lawsuits to come through, and I don't know how the industry is going to react to it. This could be an ongoing model.
Absolutely. And Warner Brothers, they did have to pay $200 million to their talent to remedy all that trouble. And let's just say ScarJo, she is fine. She always tops Forbes' list of the highest paid celebrities, but she makes a point that this is a breach of contract.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, that goes into more movie news. Moving to Ridley Scott's House of Gucci, we got our first look at the new posters. The movie stars Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, and an insane-looking Jared Leto. It is generating tons of awards buzz, but then that led also to King Richard starring Will Smith. It is also generating a lot of buzz for Will Smith, who has not won an Oscar yet, but the movie looked so good, so emotional, and it's what Will Smith has excelled at in his career.
Absolutely. I loved the trailer, and who does not love the story of Venus and Serena, especially during the Olympics? Sports is on the mind.
Yeah, and with Lady Gaga now just being in the forefront, winning an Oscar for A Star is Born, I mean, you had a really hot take of what the movie should have been called.
It should just be called House of Gaga, right? Just give her the Oscar already. Let's do it. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
And then also led to the first of the announcements for the New York Film Festival, where A24 and Apple TV Plus's The Tragedy of Macbeth will open the festival. It stars Denzel Washington. This could be round two, exactly 20 years after Denzel beat Will Smith at the Oscars for Best Actor when he won for Training Day. Will Smith was nominated for Ali.
So much movie news this week, but I would love to see the head-to-head of Denzel and Will Smith at the Oscars. I have to put you on the spot and get your take on this, Clayton. Who do you think would deserve the Oscar? I know it's, it's supposed to be for the one film, but when you're a legend like that, is it like a career Oscar for one of them?
Yeah, having not seen the movies yet, obviously, but Denzel, who should have 3 by now, regardless, he's a 2-time Oscar winner, I think Denzel, there's a lot of people feeling like he should have won for Fences. But Will Smith is like the last breed of that 90s movie star, him, Tom Cruise, that haven't won an Oscar yet, and no one's gonna besmirch a moment where we get to see Will Smith on stage.
I mean, that's an insane thought that he doesn't have an Oscar, and he is so great in that trailer. I cannot wait to see King Richard. But let's move on to some legal news. The battle of Britney Spears continues. I was at the courthouse this past week, and there was a major development in Britney's conservatorship case. Her new attorney, Matthew Rosengart, has officially filed to petition to remove and suspend her father, Jamie Spears.
After 13 years of the status quo, my firm and I would move aggressively and expeditiously to file a petition to suspend and remove James P. Spears.
Now, we remember that Britney, she told the judge earlier this month that she believes that her father should be removed, she wants out of her conservatorship, and that she wants to press charges against her father for conservatorship abuse. Now, more breaking news literally happened as we were getting ready to film this episode of The Take, Clayton. There was a new legal filing that Jodie Montgomery, who is Britney Spears' temporary conservator, says Britney's doctors also want Jamie removed. I have to tell you, this is the biggest development we have seen in the case. My take, I think that Britney's father is going to be removed sometime very soon.
Yeah, with everyone having knowledge and everyone's eyeballs on this case, everyone's, really getting their 101 on conservatorship and how it works. I don't know how they don't free her from this in the end. But what my take is, Jamie Spears is going to have a lot to answer for, maybe not now, but in the future, on why this lasted this long.
Oh yeah, the court will be taking a very close look. They're not just gonna let her out because of the outrage. Britney isn't going to get special treatment because the court needs to look at this seriously. So it remains to be seen whether she gets let out of the conservatorship, but I think obviously the first step is taking a hard look at this alleged conduct by her father.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we move to our final story, where Bob Odenkirk, the Emmy nominee for Better Call Saul, was hospitalized this week when he collapsed on the set of the final season. They say he's stable, but it prompted a wide message from the internet. 2021, don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Bob is one of the good ones. We're sending well wishes. He's gonna make it, he's gonna be fine.
Absolutely, some sad news, but ending in happy news. So great to hear that he is in stable condition. Our thoughts are with you, Bob, and your loved ones and all your fans around the world. And as always, we can't wait to see you guys next Friday on a new episode of The Take.
Thanks for watching.